Imagine launching a brand new Ultra flagship and having more than half the audience say, none of this matters. That's where the Galaxy S26 Ultra is right now. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. Before it's even official, thousands of people are already calling it dead on arrival, not because it's bad, but because it barely feels new. And that's the real surprise here. The Ultra line is supposed to be Samsung at its most ambitious. Best cameras, best display, biggest battery, cutting-edge everything. But according to multiple polls, the Galaxy S26 Ultra just isn't exciting people, and that should worry Samsung. Why does this matter? Because we've hit a point where incremental upgrades aren't enough anymore. When you're asking flagship money, and we're talking around $1,300 here, people expect more than slightly faster charging or a new chip with a longer name. They want meaningful change. And the poll suggests Samsung isn't delivering that this time. Let's look at what's actually being offered. When people were asked which rumored feature excited them the most, a staggering 54% said none of them. That's not apathy, that's disappointment. The most popular upgrade, faster 60-watt charging, didn't even reach 15%. The new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip landed around 12%, Qi 2 charging and magnetic accessories just over 10%, and things like satellite connectivity and a redesigned look barely registered at all. That tells you something important. These aren't bad features, they're just not compelling anymore. Faster charging is nice, but it's not groundbreaking. A new chip is expected every year. Magnetic accessories are convenient, but not transformative. And when over half your audience shrugs at the entire list, it means the product isn't answering the question people actually care about. Why should I upgrade? The battery situation makes that even clearer. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is rumored to stick with a 5,000 mAh battery for the 7th year in a row, in 2026. Meanwhile, Chinese rivals are pushing 6,500 to 7,000 mAh batteries without making phones absurdly thick. No amount of software optimization or AI power management can fully hide that gap. For a phone that markets itself as Ultra, this kind of stagnation feels out of place. And then there's AI, Samsung's favorite buzzword lately. Another poll asked how much on-device AI actually influences buying decisions. Almost half of respondents said AI is overhyped and not a strong reason to upgrade. About a third said they'd only care if the AI features are genuinely useful in daily life. And nearly a quarter went even further, saying no amount of AI can make up for weak hardware upgrades. That's a pretty clear message. People aren't anti-AI, they're anti-AI as a distraction. If the hardware isn't moving forward in meaningful ways, AI features feel like a marketing patch, not a real upgrade. When asked more directly whether the S26 Ultra's features are enough to convince them to buy it, just under half said no. Nothing here moves the needle. Around 30% said they were already planning to buy it and now feel even excited, which tells you who this phone is really for: loyal fans. Only about 12% said the new features actually changed their mind in favor of the S26 Ultra over another 2026 phone. That's the core issue. The Galaxy S26 Ultra doesn't look like a flop because it's a bad phone. It looks like a flop because it's a safe phone in a market that's getting impatient. Samsung is somehow doing too much, piling on AI, and too little, holding back on hardware progress at the same time. Personally, I don't think the S26 Ultra will be a failure in sales. Samsung's brand power is too strong for that. But I do think it'll be one of the hardest Ultra models to recommend. At this price level, fine isn't enough. You need to feel like you're getting something bold, something future-proof, something you couldn't have last year. Ironically, that's why the best Galaxy Ultra to buy right now might not be the newest one at all. The Galaxy S24 Ultra is still an absolute beast. It's getting massive discounts, and it comes with Samsung's 7-year software support promise. Yes, it's almost 2 years old, which sounds ancient in flagship terms, but in real-world use, it still delivers nearly everything the S26 Ultra is promising. So should we expect a flop? not in the traditional sense, but unless Samsung changes course, the Galaxy S26 Ultra risks becoming something worse, a flagship people respect but don't care about. And for a phone with Ultra in the name, that might be the biggest problem of all. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.